So one of those pedagogies, if we go to the next slide, is was called Barrio Pedagogy. So this is really a Ferrarian model that creates classroom as a convergence between the barrio and the institution. And for those of you who have probably seen this, Democracy Now! Did a lot about this during the 90s, late 90s, and in Arizona, in Tucson, Arizona specifically, the Tucson School District was told that they could not do what was considered Mexican American studies in the classroom. And there was a big battle between that. And then at the end of the day, Arizona said no more ethnic studies or Mexican American studies. And that started springing up a lot of school districts who kind of did the same thing. So a lot of the educators in Tucson and also in parts of Southern California really inserted this idea. It was considered barrio education, this idea that we have to meet students that have been left out of the conversation. They have been left out of curriculum. And so the one thing, an idea in pedagogy you should understand is this idea called mirrors and windows. This idea called mirrors and windows. Emily Stiles came up with this idea. And the idea, when you write curriculum, that there's mirrors and windows, and you have a mirror is that reflects the curriculum that you can represents you. So in this case, when you're not teaching about histories from Mexico or any parts of Latin America, if you take that out, or at least shortchange things that come from Latin America, whether it's its history, the politics, everything that's related to that, if you just take that out, then you're taking a whole narrative out, and you're just inserting what you think the learners should be learning and everything. And then the window is for those who need to know, looking out that window to see, hey, this is what is going on out there. And this is essentially what Barrio Pedagogy is about, is essentially developing those counter narratives to challenge what the current culture that we have is saying. It's like, no, let's look at the border. The border is not what the media has been telling us. The border is not what our current political structure is telling us. The border is listening to the families that are leaving because the government is invading parts of South America and Central America. So they're coming here for that. The border is the person seeking asylum to come here because the nation that they are in are going to threaten them because they may be queer or they're trans or they don't like what's going on in that nation. So they're seeking political asylum here, but they don't teach you that. So this is where we're talking about is understanding the student's voice right there and listening to them and help transform that narrative and help transform what they've been taught up to that point. If we go to the next slide.